I've thought about mothers and fathers the first time they saw a seizure take their child to that lonely place where they can't reach them. I've thought about the pain and helplessness that goes along with watching a child you love, a child whose happiness you live for, struggle with a disease that mom and dad can't fix. A disease that doesn't necessarily go away with the doctor's medicine, that isn't funded and recognized like a lot of other diseases. 2.5 million Americans suffer from epilepsy. Epilepsy affects more Americans than Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, and cerebral palsy combined. It still receives far fewer federal research dollars than any of these diseases. How do we find a cure? How do we get there when too many policymakers and too much of the public still think that epilepsy is an inconvenience rather than a serious and possibly deadly disease?
If you wait for me, then I'll come for you. Although I've traveled far, I always hold a place for you in my heart.
Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, the maker of Avatar James Cameron, and this man.
My name is Bertin Nahum. I am the founder and CEO of MedTech.
According to a scientific review, Nahum is the fourth most revolutionary high-tech entrepreneur in the world. And here's his baby, Rosa, the most sophisticated brain surgery robot. Using sensors and lasers, Rosa acts like a GPS for neurosurgeons. It can help a surgeon operate on a patient suffering with epilepsy or Parkinson's disease. With its steady robotic arm, it can do so more accurately than ever before.
Recently, a surgeon in Paris made this world premiere on a very little baby, a few months old baby, successfully thanks to Rosa. Technologies can also do things which are very important for everyday life, like saving people.
Rosa is only 3 years old but has already operated on more than 1,000 patients in hospitals across Europe, the US and China. Her cost? More than $500,000. Yet MedTech has big expansion plans, with another robot, Rosa 2, being developed for spinal surgery. That's due to be tested as soon as next month on real patients.
This market for surgical robotics is going to grow very, very fast in the coming years.
So how does Nahum's technology compare with Zuckerberg's?
Using the technologies like Rosa, you see patients being able to live a normal life at the end of the surgery. And I think this is maybe as important as Facebook.
Tom Gibson, Bloomberg.
My name is Dr. Dimitris Sarledis. I'm a neurosurgeon at UAMS. My clinical interests are in epilepsy surgery as well as oncology surgery and gamma knife radiosurgery. So the stereotactic robot, we call it ROSA, the company has named this device, is essentially a new innovation in the field of epilepsy and in neurosurgery in general. And this is a stereotactic robot that allows us to very safely implant specific electrodes into what we think is the seizure focus, and we try and capture a region around it to see where is the seizure spreading. It builds on a methodology called stereo EEG, or stereo electroencephalography, which refers to a three-dimensional implantation of electrodes into specific regions in the brain, trying to map out where those seizures are starting. It is a methodology that's been used in Europe extensively and has recently made an appearance in North America, and we're one of the first centers to introduce this technique and the robotic system itself that allows us to do it much faster and much more safely than it has ever been done in the past. The outcomes for many patients with different types of epilepsy has risen dramatically in the last few years, in large part because we're better able to see where the seizures are starting, and also because we have safe techniques for removing those specific regions while protecting normal brain function. The stereotactic robot itself is the key in terms of allowing us to investigate the source of the seizure onset and its spread. It is a robotic system with a limb attached to it. We are able to plan our trajectories in terms of where we put the electrodes on an MRI scan that is on the machine itself. The robotic limb swings into place for each electrode placement, and we're able to pass those electrodes. This is the key because it allows us to put these electrodes in the right spot to record these seizures. Afterwards, patients who undergo this type of invasive recording, they'll stay in hospital for a week. We'll record these seizures, we'll identify where they are, we'll do testing to assess whether these locations are also safe to remove. And then the electrodes will be removed at that point. They'll come back 6 weeks later for a surgical resection. And we are guided, much like a GPS map, in terms of where we can go and get the seizure onset and where it's spreading in a safe way. We have a very good team of specialists who work together. There is no one physician who can treat everything, and we work and communicate very well within the group, and this is what really makes for good patient care.
Although Africa has gone digital, with mobile devices and internet connectivity wiring the continent to a global ICT network, getting connectivity to remote African areas is still a challenge. Rough terrain and lack of infrastructure often mean that the installation of telecom cabling is expensive and in many cases impossible.
L'Afrique n'a que à peine 1 ou 2 lignes pour 100 habitants. Pour creuser, ça coûte très cher et l'Afrique est en retard. Il faut un déploiement qui permet de faire quasiment l'équivalent des fibres optiques dans l'air.
Scientist Dr. Victor Agbenunu may have found a way to bypass conventional connectivity with his patented transmission system.
Le dispositif donc est issu de la solution PWCS, le Polyvalent Wireless Communication System, qui permet de faire la voix, les données et les images.
The PWC system receives a satellite data signal and is then able to disseminate the signal via PWC transmitters over great distances, making telecoms cabling unnecessary. Most importantly, the PWC connection can be provided at a fraction of current cost of systems offering similar satellite connectivity. While satellite broadband connections are available in Africa, they are far too expensive for most people in countries like Senegal. Africa has the most expensive broadband access in the world, with monthly data packages costing about 3 times more than on any other continent. Victor has been working on his innovation in Paris, where he has been given permission to test the system, and it's working well. He has brought together a group of African scientists who have funded the research and development themselves. They are determined to offer the service to Africans at either low or no cost.
Nous, notre groupe que nous constituons, a des produits avec la finalité de l'usage et de l'utilité. D'abord, pour l'Afrique, si demain ça peut servir pour d'autres, il n'y a pas de problème. Qu'on est venu, comme moi, comme les amis, tout ça d'Afrique, de quoi on a souffert, on est les mieux placés pour pouvoir définir et concevoir le produit.
Victor and his team realized that providing a data connection was not enough, as many of the people who stand to benefit the most don't have access to computers or even electricity. Their rollout strategy is to focus on schools.
C'est le kit élève. À l'intérieur, nous avons donc la tablette.
So the tablet would be powered by the solar power panels that you have installed into the backpack that every child would have.
Oui, c'est ça.
An extension of the PwC innovation is a solar-powered educational kit called Retisse, bringing hardware, software, data connection and solar power together.
Il peut avoir sa batterie qui va l'aider pour continuer de travailler la nuit. Même si l'école est sous un arbre, ils peuvent avoir le même dispositif que ceux qui sont en ville.
What I love about what you've been able to develop here is that you are thinking all the time about who you're creating it for. The PwC system has been hailed as revolutionary, and Victor has had several lucrative offers from both America and Europe to buy his patented technology. But he has refused to sell.
J'avais voulu que pour une fois, on montre sur le continent qu'on peut inventer, accompagner une invention jusqu'à son développement et la matérialiser par l'industrialisation du produit.
Standing his ground has meant that Victor has been battling to secure non-commercial funding for the PwC project for several years. Used to paying top dollar, some African institutions have been skeptical of its functionality and have questioned if something so cheap could actually do the job. Today could be the day Victor convinces them all. After months of negotiations with the Senegalese government, he finally has permission to pilot the system at schools in Dakar. Dignitaries from across Senegal have gathered at this elementary school, where Victor will demonstrate the Retisse system here for the first time.
Il faut que politiquement, on décide aussi que les produits soient fabriqués en Afrique. Ça serait bien qu'on ait une usine d'assemblage du kit ici pour au moins l'Afrique de l'Ouest.
After initial introductions to the package, it's time to demonstrate the functionality of the kit in an actual classroom. Victor has a lot riding on things at this pilot school going well.
Aujourd'hui, pour venir à l'école, vous tenez vos sacs comme ça au dos. Et je vois déjà pour une petite fille comme celle-ci, ce que cela pèse. Qu'est-ce qui pèse plus lourd? Bon, voilà. Dans votre sac à dos, vous avez quoi? Crayon, gomme, cahier, livre et tout ça. Tout ça va se retrouver dans votre sac électronique. Et quand vous allez à la maison, cette batterie que vous avez, vous allez la brancher pour continuer de travailler à la maison.
Ils sont là pour vous donner une bonne éducation. Bravo.
La fête est incroyable.
Là, si j'appuie là, l'élève veut lever la main aussi.
On va poursuivre le combat pour que chaque enfant sur le continent bénéficie de la solution.
Merci beaucoup.
So. Hi everyone, welcome to Green Monk TV. I'm at the SAP TechEd and Decode event with Severin Kaizu. Dr. Severin Kaizu, isn't it?
Yes, good. Hi.
So you are with SK Solutions.
Yes, I'm the CEO and inventor of SK Solutions, founder of the company. We leverage the Internet of Things here to provide the world's most advanced anti-collision system of everything.
So you say it's an anti-collision system that you do, and you're using Internet of Things technologies. How does that work? What kind of collisions are you avoiding where, and what technologies are you using to make to avoid those collisions?
Yeah, we embed a lot of different sensors in the vehicles. It could be a crane, a car, a truck. Everything's moving. We embed some sensors to get the position, the speed, the motion, the location. All those information in real time will be sent in the embedded computer. Each embedded computer will process in real time the collision avoidance algorithm to avoid the collision. Then all those data will go to the cloud using SAP ESP streaming, event streaming processing, going on the cloud on HANA platform, where we leverage the capability of real-time and of HANA to do analytics and predictive.
So how real-time is it really? I mean, if two cranes are about to crash into each other, example, can you actually avoid that happening?
Absolutely, we do that in real time. We talk about milliseconds. That's why we are working at 3 levels. The first level is the embedded layer. At the embedded layer, we talk about few milliseconds in terms of real time. Then we have a second layer, the fog layer, site management level. At that level, we talk about, let's say, a few hundred milliseconds. Then we have the cloud level on HANA platform. We talk about less than a second.
Okay, and so avoiding cranes banging into each other is obviously great because these are big, expensive machines. But what about avoiding people being hit, or cars or trucks on site hitting each other?
Yes, absolutely. If you have seen the Steve Lucas keynote, for example, Steve was wearing a helmet. Inside this helmet, there is an RFID tag. That means we detect everybody on the site. All the people are tracked in real time on the site. That means the system will avoid automatically the collision between people and asset to asset.
So the RFID tag in people's in workers' helmets, for example, means you know where everyone is on site at any one time?
Yes, we know the location in real time. We reach some very high accuracy, like about 10 centimeters accuracy.
10 centimeters accuracy?
10 centimeters accuracy, yes.
Incredible.
In real time, yeah.
Wow.
We leverage a technology coming from our partner, Zebra Technology, who provide such RFID tag, yeah. And
okay, how well does this scale? I mean, building sites would have maybe 5 cranes and... Oh, no, it depends. You know, for example, in Dubai, we are based, our headquarters is based in Dubai. Dubai is, let's say, the capital of the cranes, I can say like that. The average site in Dubai is about 20 cranes. 20? 20. And today we are running the world's biggest site using our technology today in Saudi Arabia, where we have 250 cranes in the same location. 250 cranes in one building site? One building site. It's the biggest building site in the world. And how many workers? 30,000 people every day working there. That's incredible. And are you doing more than just building sites? Of course. The building site has been our first lesson market. Today we are doing in the mining, we are working in the mining sector, the port sector, airport, oil and gas, yes, and the manufacturing as well. Fantastic. Severin, that's been great. Thanks a million for talking to us.
With its Navigator 3D anti-collision system, SAP partner SK Solutions specializes in building anti-collision systems for construction site safety and efficiency. Using the SK Asteroid platform solution powered by SAP HANA, SK Solutions technology monitors the position, movement, weight, inertia, wind speed, and direction of cranes and other equipment through a network of sensors. This data is then analyzed in real time by the SK Solutions Expert Decision System. This system assesses potential risks, thereby establishing a dynamic and temporal safety cocoon. The system then takes corrective measures via the automatic pilot controls on each piece of equipment, preventing clashes between the jibs in case of operator error. Let's take a look at the SK Asteroid platform. When you log in, you will see a Google World Map with icons. Each icon represents assets at a construction site. Sites are color-coded, and alerts are automatically sent when an event occurs. Clicking on the icon enables you to see the alert details. In this case, system parameters have been changed. From the world map, you can easily navigate to the country and then to the site. Switching to the dashboard, you can see live 3D displayed using the SAP 3D Visual Enterprise Viewer application. With the zoom, rotate, and move tools, the view is customizable. Any asset movement is updated in real time, and monitoring data will adjust accordingly. Sensors on the crane observe jib direction, trolley position, weight being lifted, hoist rope length, and wind speed and direction. When a potential collision is detected, the autopilot automatically takes over from the operator to avoid clashing. These robust monitoring capabilities ensure a complete crane management system. With an installed base of more than 1,000 crane anti-collision systems, SK Solutions is the leader in anti-collision crane management. SK Solutions minimizes crane downtime and maintenance, increasing site safety and customer profitability.